Once upon a time, there was a colossal creature known as the Devourer. Fed up with YouTubers using him as a DPS test dummy for their top builds, he decided he's had enough. Transforming into a new form, he became the embodiment of his true nature and rose as Gluttony.
So before anything else, let's dive down to his basic attack patterns. First one is his ice cannons, and you don't want to get hit by this, because if you do, this is what's gonna happen. You'll die. So how do we avoid this? So if you're being targeted by Gluttony, wait for his cannon to glow and then just roll to the side. It's as easy as that. So let's try that again in slow motion. So wait for his cannon to glow like this and then just roll to the side. Easy. And now after some practice with Gluttony, if you get the timing right, like if you get it in your instinct, you can actually do something like this. You can squeeze in a little bit of DPS in between each of his shots. Up next will be his laser guided ice cannon, and the timing is almost the same. But as for this one, as soon as the laser guide is almost solid, just roll to the side. Easy as that. So, slow motion time. So as soon as laser guide becomes solid or almost solid, just roll to the side, rinse and repeat. Easy. Next part is his ice projectiles that he shoots at you, and we are not going to be rolling to the side for this one, because the best thing that I've found to avoid this is to just roll away as far as possible from him, or just jump and grapple away. Next part is when you actually piss him off too much, he will try and do this. So if you see him arch his back like this, he will try and summon a lot of ice balls, and as soon as he claps both of his hands in front, he will send those ice balls flying in every direction. Now all you need to do is, just before he claps his hands, just perform a well-timed double jump and you will avoid those ice balls. And one more thing that I want you guys to watch out for are these little buggers right here. These are mean, nasty little motherfuckers, I'm telling you. As you can see, I'm trying to get Lepic back up in here, and as soon as he gets back up, he dies straight away. And it's not because of Gluttony, it's because of these guys. They are so mean. So if you see them, get away from them or just kill them. Okay, so coming up to the final part of this guide. Most of y'all probably know about this, but I'm going to talk about it anyways for the newcomers and the beginners alike that are trying to clear Gluttony for the first time. Okay, so Gluttony is another meter that fills up exactly the same way as his frenzy meter, but you won't find it under his health bar. So I want you guys to pay attention to his right arm where his big cannon is, and there's kind of like a big vial here, and the more you damage him, as you damage him throughout the fight, this vial fills up with pink liquid, and as soon as it reaches a max level, Gluttony will perform a wipe out mechanic that will kill everyone in your party, resulting into a failed intercept. So how do we prevent that from happening? Okay, so the best way to put this is to cool him off. But how do you cool him off, right? At the start of the fight, Gluttony will spawn 3 devices around the map in 3 different locations, and these devices will spill out giant ice balls into the air, and all you need to do is shoot these ice balls into him, and that will cool him off. And this is the reason why I have my Enduring Legacy with me during Gluttony fights, is because it's a backup gun for DPS, but mostly I use this to shoot the ice balls into him. And one thing to note though, whenever you're doing this, please pay attention to Gluttony, because he has a tendency of targeting the furthest player away from him, as you can see on the screen. Okay, so for this next part, during Frenzy or whenever Gluttony is in Frenzy, these devices will also shoot out giant purple orbs into the air. Now, you do not need to shoot them just yet, okay? So when these purple orbs are into the air, they will move towards Gluttony. They will move closer to him on their own, and what we do is we wait until they are close enough to him, then we shoot them, resulting into an explosion. And now this explosion will deal damage to his immunity shield, and that will result into him getting out of frenzy, and we can continue to DPS him again. Okay, so that is it for me for this Gluttony guide. And before I let you guys go, here's a couple of tips. Firstly, completely cool him off before you take him out of his first frenzy state. This is the reason why you've seen me shoot those purple orbs even though they're too far away from him, because we want to cool him off as low as possible before we take him out of his first frenzy state. And the second thing is, you do not want him absorbing those purple orbs, because that will contribute to his other meter, which is on his right arm cannon. That if he absorbs enough of this and you haven't cooled him off yet, it will result into a wipeout mechanic. And third, please do not get hit by those giant ice balls. Trust me on this one. I don't have the footage, but I've got hit by a few times now, and they hurt pretty bad. And if you're rolling with a low HP build, you will die. And fourth, having a Valby in your run makes it infinitely easier. So if you know Valby, or if you don't, maybe ask in the world chat or go to the official TFD Discord and go ask somebody else for their help. I would like to help you, but I don't have a Valby, and I did a couple of runs without a Valby, and the key point is to have a strong DPS so you guys can completely skip the mechanics. Okay, and one last thing. If ever you guys are so close to killing him and he starts doing the wipeout mechanic where when he's like raising his arm and calling out all the powers in the heavens, do not stop. It takes a couple of seconds before the actual wipeout mechanic occurs, so just keep DPSing him. And one thing to note as well, if he starts doing that one, try and break one of his weak points, especially the knee or his chest weak point, because this will stagger him. And I think this will reset the wipe down timer. And one more thing, if he starts doing that one, if you see any weak point, especially the shoulder weak point, if it's yellow, and if you can grapple into it, please go ahead and do that one. And yeah, massive shout out to that Glay who did this during our run. This saved our run. We were able to clear it because of him, and also I was able to destroy that knee weak point, staggering him. So yeah, and that is it for me today. Thanks for tuning in. If you enjoy any of my content and you think that they're helpful and would like to see more from me, please don't forget to subscribe and keep that notification bell on. And if you have any questions, or if I missed anything on this guide, please do let me know in the comments down below. Yeah, thanks for tuning in. You have a good day. Peace.